The volunteers of the Sheridan Nurseries are designing rain gardens for communities who are most likely to be flooded. Most of these volunteers have been working 50 hours or more on creating, designing, and building rain gardens to help communities prevent flooding.
We're building a rain garden that will help the water that flows down this road here be absorbed back into the ground rather than going straight into the river, which is just behind us right here. So we have a bunch of youth who have been working really, really hard all summer to make the gardens. So they got special lectures from experts from the Toronto Region Conservation Authority, Fernridge Landscaping, and the City of Mississauga, who taught them all about technical considerations of rain gardens, plants to use, and other things they needed to know. And then they took that information and created some really great designs. They ended up with 3 different designs, which we promoted to the public through our website and the store and at Mississauga Earth Market. We had hundreds of people in the area voting on their favorite garden. And today we're installing the winning garden, which was the pollinator garden.
We're putting in the garden that won the competition, which was our garden that we made.
Yeah. So in order to hold this up, we kind of need a mound of dirt, though, to lean it against.
Rain gardens, the kinds designed by the Sheridan Nurseries, are carefully created to channel urban runoff from nearby hard surfaces back into the ground.
This is fantastic, because my generation, can learn from these kids because they're so far ahead of us. What they're doing is really ground zero in learning how to live in sync with our environment. A rain garden is all about ensuring that we don't get flooded in the most natural way possible by building a rain garden. And to learn that the kids designed the rain garden themselves, that's very empowering. I'm so pleased. They're ahead of us.
In natural environments, about half of the water that falls is absorbed into the ground. But in urban settings, hard surfaces such as driveways, parking lots, and buildings prevent water from absorbing into the ground, which leads to excessive runoff. This can have negative consequences for individuals, communities, and municipalities.
Floods can be really very, very difficult, both emotionally and financially. And I know many of my residents, many of my constituents faced hardship. So anything and everything we can do to make sure that we don't get flooded. And part of it is that we are building the city up more and more across Ontario, across the world. This is not just a Mississauga problem. But as we build more, we have to make sure that we're taking all of the precautions that we need to ensure that drainage is good.
Mississauga, Aaliyah Westlet, Rogers TV.
Growing old doesn't have to mean a decline in health or a lost connection with society. If you're 52 years old and up, you should take aging all in stride.